All right, you guys, today I'm going to create a small video to help you with today's Wednesday assignment. You can see underneath your genetics continued part 2. For today, you can see there's a green check mark pointing to it, Wednesday 324. It is going to be creating a genetics monster. So you can see that there are 3 links. One of them is just an image. You're going to be creating your own little genetic monster today. And you can see the other 2 links. There's one for a Google Sheet and one for a flip a coin. You can use an actual coin for this if you want to, or I have a digital version that you go to and you click, and it will automatically flip a coin for you. So that link is available to you right here. When you click on the Google Sheets, it's going to open up this presentation. You can see that it isn't in a Sheets. It's not a normal Google slide. We're going to type and put different things in. And it says, for this activity, you will be creating a monster. We are assuming that both parents are heterozygous for all traits. Remember, hetero means different. So if something is heterozygous, it has both the dominant and recessive trait. So this means either trait can get passed on to the offspring today. You're going to flip a coin twice for each trait in order to complete the genotype for your monster. If you flip heads, the dominant allele is passed to the offspring. If you flip tails, the recessive allele is passed. If you do not have a coin, we have the flip the coin option. So let's look at this first row, you guys. First, we're going to choose the color of our monster. You can see that next to the word color is a letter C. This is the letter that we're going to be using today to represent our dominant and recessive trait. Purple is dominant, teal is recessive. So you can see we're doing 2 flips per trait. Let's go do our first flip. All right, I got heads. Now remember, when we talk about dominant and recessive traits, anytime we have a dominant trait, again, if we flip heads, we get the dominant allele. We represent it with a capital. So I'm typing in a capital C in this first flip. Again, you can see color, we're using C today. My second flip, flipping it, I got heads again. So I'm typing in C for heads. Now they want us to type in genotype or phenotype. We need to remember which one that is. We have to know the difference, you guys. So let's take a look. Remember when we talked about this in class, a phenotype is what we see. It's the color of your monster. So it was going to be either purple or teal. So the phenotype is the observable trait. Your genotype is the actual gene segments in the alleles. So the letter combinations is your genotype. So again, the genotype is the 2 letters that we received, the 2 alleles, the dominant or recessive. So if I go back to your screen, we got 2 dominant traits. I'm going to type in 2 capital C's, and you're going to see it automatically generates a purple monster color. And I'm going to type for the phenotype because, again, P is for physical, what we physically see. I'm going to type purple. All right, let's look at the eyes. We're using the letter E for this one. Let's take a look. I'm going to flip my coin. I got heads again, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to put a capital E for the first one. I'm going to flip again. I got heads again, so I got another capital E. And again, we're going to put 2 capital E's for the genotype. These are the 2 alleles combined. That's automatically going to give me 2 eyes. Now, say for the eyelashes, I flipped a coin and I got tails. I'm going to type in a lowercase p for the recessive trait. Again, recessive is always represented with a lowercase letter. And say I flipped it again and I got heads, and I put a capital P in. Now, here's the thing that I want you to remember. When you type in your genotype, I have 1 capital P, I have 1 lowercase p. The capital, the dominant trait, always has to be written first. That's just a rule they have in genetics. So if I type in lowercase p, capital P, you can see nothing happens to my eyelashes. So you got to make sure you type it in correctly. So I have to have the capital first, lowercase p, and I get my eyelashes. They are long eyelashes. If you don't type in the capital first, it's not going to generate your trait properly. Same thing with the horns. If I have a lowercase h and a capital H, I did tails and I did heads. You got to make sure that you type capital first. You see I'll get a horn. If I don't type it the right way, nothing will happen. So you'll go through and you'll fill this in for every trait, and you will create your monster, and then you will turn in your assignment whenever you're completed, and I'll get to see what you created. Please let me know if you have any questions today, guys. I'm available for any questions.